Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Owoh's Corner, my own little corner of art. And it has been a while since I've made a video, much less streamed. I have been taking care of some schoolwork. Yeah, not only was it finals like 2, 3 weeks ago, but I also graduated last Friday. And then my graduation party was that following Saturday. So anyway, I've just been chilling. I have some downtime because I have 3 courses to complete for the summer, and then I'm done for college, and then I have to start looking for jobs. So anyway, guys, it's been fun. It's been very interesting. It was really nice to. It's really nice to finally get done with college, and yeah. So anyway, it's time to get back to the grind. I'm just gonna be working on my teaser trailer again. Get this done, and then I can go into post this, then crowdfund and crowdsource, then work on my pilot, and then yeah, I'll be done. I'm also working on a few. I'm working on one other animation exercise to get my skills up again, and I'm also working on maybe like 2, 3 different pieces of concept art for Witches 13. So anyway, this has been really fun. This has been a nice road, a nice journey. It's been really, it's just been really nice and pretty eye opening. Working on this, making videos, giving advice to people. Even though I still kind of think I'm not really qualified to give advice to anybody. But still, I enjoy it nonetheless. And so right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to add a few more frames to this because it's coming out as a bit wonky, so to speak, a bit choppy. So I'm adding some frames so that it can flow smoother. And right now, I'm working on the nose and the eyes. So first, let me find the frame that has the face right here. Okay. I also just got finished with an interview. It's for a company. I probably shouldn't say the company's name just to be safe. At least not until I get the job yet. Okay, now to work on the eyes. Okay. I'd have to say that this may be one of my least favorite parts of animation when you mess up a scene or when you have to go back in and add an additional frame to the scene, because even though that's the job of an in-betweener, is to go in between frames, it kind of sucks when you don't do enough, or when something like slips past your, I guess, in-betweening vision. Then it's like, shit, I gotta go back. But I think that's half the fun. Is this eye just looks, these eyes just look messed up for some reason. Now let me just go back to the original eye, see what that looks like. Okay. I accidentally turned off my tablet. My bad, guys. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to do this entire left eye, no, the right eye over. I think this left eye is fine. It's just this right eye. It's too tall for my liking. Perhaps it would help me if I zoomed out. Yeah, okay, I see it now. I made it too tall. Don't forget to zoom out. Sometimes when you're working on an animation, you're gonna want to zoom out. Sometimes you just do too much. And even the shape of this eye is fun. Okay, I might as well just do both of them all over again. Shit. You see, I don't know why it does that stuff sometimes. Sometimes I'll be working on a line or drawing a line, and then Adobe Animate will like autofill it for some reason. And like it's completely random. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, after I'm done with this, and I'm talking about holistically, like after I'm done with my teaser trailer, I hope it gets me some traction. Because I do have some course mates and colleagues from college who are animators. Like we could work on this together. And obviously I have to pay them. That's why I'm going to be crowdfunding and crowdsourcing after this. This has been a nice project to work on. Really nice. Really time consuming, but like really nice. And that's what I just love. I love spending hours just working on an animation and doing this. Like, honestly, I could see myself doing this possibly for the rest of my life. It's just so fun, and I love it. I love in betweening and making sure that every scene looks good. I love having to go back and look at my previous scene to see what's a good, what's the word, crossover point, I guess. And usually I'm like watching like TV or I'm listening to some music while I'm doing this. Sadly, I can't because of copyright. But it's more exciting this way. At least I think it is. Anyway, now it's time for me to work on the eyebrows. I guess this is the part where I start talking about like my past college experiences, but honestly, I have to say that I've had a pretty normal college years. Like I'm not really a partier. I don't like go out like that. Um, all of my I never really had any crazy enough encounters, or at least encounters that I wish to tell people on the internet. um, oh yeah, my dorm. I, people called my dorm like the chocolate room because I would have a jar of like Reese's and other chocolates like on my desk, and people would stop by and they'd say like, "Oh, can I have some chocolate?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Like I can't eat all that chocolate. And like I haven't really been in any like huge scandals at school either. I mean like I don't even know why. Like college is nothing like high school, so don't think about it like you're gonna have like drama or scandals. At least not from what I've experienced. Like there's no drama or scandals in college. People are just there to do their work. And that's pretty much it. Now, like I did have one instance where like there were some girls trying to like lie on one of the dudes that were like in my dorm. Like they were saying like he's creepy, and like keep in mind like he's like a middle tone black dude. Like He wasn't creepy at all. He was actually pretty nice, and he was goofy. Like it was actually kind of adorable. He's goofy. He's always smiling and joking with people. And like the girls were trying to say that he was creepy, and like the girls were trying to ostracize him or whatever. And then like they even went as far as to like submit like a report to the RA. Like these girls almost got him suspended or like at least kicked out of the dorm. And then I just told him like that's why I don't really interact with people like that, especially like in college. Like I don't mess with people like that. Like I just don't interact because that's how a lot of stupid drama starts. Like I make sure I'm not in a room alone with anybody, male or female, and like I just try to do my own thing, man. It feels like I think it was like every dude in that dorm they had some sort of like drama or people thought that they were some kind of something, except for me because like I just didn't interact with people like that. I just did my work and that was the end of it. But yeah, like I remember like a few scandals here and there. Um, I had one RA, and he's a pretty cool, pretty chill dude. He would like walk around barefoot and stuff like that. I don't think he was like a naturalist or anything. He just walked around barefoot, and that was like his whole thing. And then he graduated. Um, people be having like some weird or strange college stories, but I guess because for me it was just class. It was like class, dorm, schoolwork, library. Like that was pretty much it, and I never really ran into like any issues like that. I hate when that happens. Okay. Oh yeah, speaking of animation, I actually ended up watching like the entirety of Walk Fu. And let me tell you, Walk Fu, that French animation, that French show, it's pretty good. Like it can get goofy at times, but like it's nice. I really like it. My one issue with it is how fast it is. Like, and this is just something that I've noticed a lot in animation in general is that, like, I know with overarching stories that there needs to be like the focus needs to be on the actual story itself. But like for a lot of these shows, it feels like they don't give the characters enough time to breathe. It's just action, 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 and then the falling action, which is towards the end of the season or the end of the series. Like it's just action on top of action. And like even before then, with the slower pieces, it felt like, you know, nothing was happening or nothing was contributing, or like not enough stuff was being carried over to the next episode. Like, honestly, I want to see the world. I want to see these characters, breathe a little bit. Like, and they had the like, and even in Wakfu, like, there were moments in the season where it's like characters were like they went to like a wrestling match, or like they were playing some type of like, I think it was called like rugby ball or something. I forgot what it was called, but like that felt more so like it didn't feel natural. It didn't feel like it was part of their story or journey. It felt like more so a means to an end. Like, oh, we're doing this along the way. And like, yeah, they had to play tournaments to get money to like buy a ship or whatever, but it felt like they could have done something better, because it has been established that, Amalia, she is her name Amalia? Yeah, it's been established that Amalia is a princess. So like, even if, she can't back on her princess status all the time throughout the series, like, still that name should ring bells. People should still like not really give her stuff for free, but at the very least know that, hey, she's an actual person of status. Like, I don't know. Because, like, when you're writing a story, you sort of need, like, an excuse for your characters to do things. And in the first two seasons of Wakfu, you see that, the story was kind of shifting from, like, episodic in nature to having an overarching story. But in the first two seasons, like, they were trying to balance character drama with that overarching story. And then towards the end of the first four seasons, it was really like out of nowhere, where Yugo regretted his actions and regretted how he felt about the things he did. But like, I think that that should have been something gradually built up, and it should have been displayed over the entire series, and then the sort of like OVA slash search for the dopest. Like, it should have been split over into that, but it kind of wasn't. Like, it was just pretty much out of nowhere. Like, Hugo regrets what he did to kill being Nox, and it's like, but in the moment, he did that stuff without remorse, and it's kind of been established that, hey, these villains, they're struggling with like mental illness and stuff like that. And honestly, I'll just say this: a lot of shows that detail um, demented. I'm gonna watch what I say. Not demented, but struggling characters, and how people just call them crazy. Like, it really shows that pretty much that show is just a product of its time. Because Wakfu came out in. Let me check. Sorry to do this to you guys. While you see Ayo's ugly. He's not ugly. Um, yeah, development began in 2006. Oh wait, no, that's the MMORPG. My bad. The TV series. The original TV series aired in 2008, and it would continue to air into January 2010. So yeah, like, yeah, it is a product of its time. Like, a lot of these characters, a lot of the villains were, oh, they're just crazy. oh, they did XYZ, oh, they just don't care. But then you actually, and it really sucks because they only show the villain's mentality and they expand on the villain's backstory towards the end of the season. Like, the villains never really ruminate or stew in their own thoughts, and we as the audience don't really see that. And then even though we see that the villains are like given this complexity, even if it is towards the end, even if it is like, drawn out, and we see some of it like midway or like halfway through, there's never that um there's never that question. There's never that moment where they falter. And yes, the main villains are adult males. And the thing with adults, especially adult males, is that they likely have doubled down and they are fully developed. They are fully recognized. So, like, when an adult makes a decision, they're less likely to go back on it. But even for the sake of like a show, and even for the sake of like a villain who has a goal, who has like intents that are either altruistic or that may be for like the greater good, or like for the sake of other people, they should still have that faltering moment of like, am I doing what's right? Is what I'm choosing to do the right thing to do? And we never really get that. And it's because like these many of these characters, many of these individuals don't get a break, and we don't see them like in a calm or relaxed setting. It's kind of hard for us to really, I wouldn't say get attached, because we are attached to Yugo, we are attached to Amalia, we are attached to Evangeline and Dally. Like, we're attached to all the main characters, and we're even attached to the villains. But it's because we don't see them in like a calm setting. Like, we don't see them in a calm setting. We don't see them in their like day to day life. Usually, we only see like small glimpses, and that's either after the main story or like before the world needs saving again. And yeah, with a show, you need to keep your characters engaged, especially if your main audience is gonna be like a younger generation. Of course, you need to keep them engaged. But I think that it would just bode well. It would be even better if we got time to really understand these characters. Because I'm going to get into spoiler territory. I was not getting into this. The only reason why I'm really talking about this is because, I'm trying to learn from other products and IPs for my own show. But essentially, what was I about to say? Let me drink some water real quick. I was about to say something. We know the main characters, we know the villains, we know what they're going through, but we never get the build up of why they're going through what they're going through. We never get that juxtaposition. We never get like a ground or a base with them, because they're always going to their destiny. They're always traveling to the to whatever big bad or whatever location they need to go to. And even if they may have calmer moments then, it's never a really calm moment because they're always working towards something. Like, the most we got was in season 4 when we saw Evangeline and Dally. They were taking care of their family and taking care of their kids. And like that Panda Walk came. And then, spoilers, before the Pandawa attack. Like we really saw like how they were. We saw their normal. And you can argue that yeah, we saw Yugo's normal and Rule's normal. We really saw their like normal or their base like in the first episode of season one, and like maybe in like the first episode of season two or three we saw their normal or base then of like, you know, Hugo working in his father's restaurant, like the yeah, different stuff like that. And like them doing their own missions and things or like scouting ahead. And we saw their normal then, but it hurts because that's at the beginning. Because we know that after they leave, it's going to be all business. And I get this in like a lot of shows, not just on Netflix, but I would have to say that I think maybe Code Lyoko, Code Lyoko, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm thinking of another one. I'm trying to find another one, but let's just say this: and Code Lyoko and yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender. They had a good. They gave good examples of giving characters their status quo or their base or their calm elements. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender and Wakfu, those two are both sort of road trip stories where the main characters are traveling to different corners of the world and trying to complete different things, but but with Avatar: The Last Airbender, they had, you know, collections of episodes where the characters like they were chilling, they were staying in one location for a little while before they decided to leave, and that's really what Walk Fu and a lot of these other stories need. We just need to see these characters, you know, not doing too much. And of course, in Avatar, we do see Aang. Of course, he's not just lazing about, he's not just doing nothing. He is learning the elements and he is trying to train to master all the elements. But, like, he still paces himself and he's still doing, like, his, you know, his duties and, like, his regular stuff. He's, like, having fun. He's doing different things like that. And yeah, Avatar has the benefit of, and yes, Avatar does have the benefit of being able to be a longer series. Like there were what, 3 books of Avatar: Last Airbender. So yeah, of course they certainly have that going for them. Like they have 3 seasons, 25 episodes per season. So of course there's gonna be more time with them. But even then, like I think that shows need more white space. You know how in art you have white space where it's just blank canvas or blank area that's not being used. White space is a good thing. Blank time, relaxed time is a good thing. Filler, official filler, is a good thing as long as it holds the main idea and as long as it's progressing the plot in some way. There are other ways to progress the plot. But anyway, Any other college stories? Um, oh yeah, in college, there were times where I would spend hours upon hours, like in the break rooms or in one of the classrooms, trying to finish a project. Like I remember one time I had a charcoal painting. No, it wasn't charcoal painting, but it was like just a piece of charcoal art that I had to do, and I spent maybe 3 or 4 hours in my classroom trying to finish it, or at the very least, like get to a nice benchmark. And then, like the next day, I was up till morning. I actually, there was another time where I was working on an animation for one of my classes. No, it wasn't an animation. I was working on some like concept art or like some monster art or something for one of my classes, and I ended up taking a nap, like falling asleep in the classroom. Like it was maybe 2 a.m. and I had fallen asleep. And it's not like I did it last minute or anything. Like I was working on it while also working on other classes. College was fun. Like even though perhaps in the moment I was suffering, I shouldn't say suffering, but even though in the moment like it was hard for me or like I didn't really like it, like I look back on all those moments now and then I'm like, you know what? I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed spending hours in the art building. I really enjoyed going to the library, like grabbing a cup of coffee from Starbucks and like cracking open some books, or cracking open my laptop and like typing up some papers for like a project. Like that is stuff that I enjoy. Like the like I'm being honest, being completely honest, I had the stereotypical college experience and I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I liked finishing classes and then walking to like the dining hall or one of the on campus like fast food places like Chick-fil-A or Chili's and like getting dinner or getting a quick lunch with one of my friends or one of my course mates and like sitting outside one of the assembly halls and like just chilling, like eating some food and talking to some friends, and like talking about how like, oh, did so and so send the email, or like did you hear the or did you get the teacher's notes, or like what do you think we're doing today, and like kind of gossiping about the professor too. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not some perfectly nice guy. Like I talk everybody talks about their professors. I'm not even gonna be fake and say, "Oh, I never talked about my." Yeah, of course I did. Everybody does. Everybody talks about their teachers. Everybody talks about their professors. That's just like a normal thing that you do because you're young and you think you know everything, or like you're paying for college, so you kind of have to be critical. You are choosing to pay for college. You are choosing to sign up for like all the scholarships, and it's your money going towards your education. So you can say some stuff like don't be mean or vitriolic with it, but like just partake in that little like college experience. It was fun. I enjoyed college, but I also don't regret going back home, because during COVID and like I probably said this so many times, but like during COVID, like I did come home because we kind of had to. And even then, I was helping my mom take care of my grandmother. And I don't regret that either because I was able to adapt. Like, since I came home, like, I've been an online student ever since, and I've always gotten my work done. I've always um, passed my classes. Would I like to go back to campus? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I would like to go back and live on campus, but like, it's fun. Like, college life was fun for me. I enjoyed it. And then I don't have to be an adult and say, I should have lived on campus when I had the chance, or I should have done this when I had the chance. Like, no. Like, one of the things that my middle school professor said, like, whenever you have a chance to do something, go for it. Take it. If you have the chance to live on campus. Take that time away from your mom or your dad or your parents. Like, take that time away from your siblings if you have siblings. Shit, enjoy it, because you're not always going to have options like that later in life. You're really not. You're really not going to have options like that later in life. So enjoy it while you can. Have fun. As long as you are practicing safety and competency, like you're not going to parties or like doing drugs or anything like that. But like, no, if you have the chance to live on campus or live away from home, I say take it, because that is the time when you learn a lot about yourself during that time. You learn a lot about yourself, the world around you, the people around you. Like, take it, go do it, live your life, live your life. If take this, tell them, Owo's Corner. Tell them Amobi told you to live your life. Because there's going to come a day where maybe you can't live your life, or maybe you have too much responsibilities. But until that day comes, like, just enjoy it. Live in the present moment, and just enjoy your life for what it's worth. That's pretty much all I have to say. I actually started playing Final Fantasy 15 recently again because that is a really fun game. Like honestly, that is so fun. I really like the glamour system. I have this thing, and I've been working on it, but like I have artist insecurity, if that makes sense. Like I just can't stand it, and I can't stand the process period of my art. Like I can okay, look, when it comes to like doing digital art, like if I'm drawing a character or if I'm like doing some concept art, like I can do that no problem, easy. Like I'm fine with doing that, but it's strictly when I'm animating. Like it's like, this looks ugly. Like, why does this look like that? And and like, I know I shouldn't feel like that because animation is a process. I'm a freaking animation major. Like, I'm an animator. But I shouldn't be feeling like this. But it's like, like, this looks ugly. And I think it's because animators have to break up their stuff on several frames. So it's like, on several layers. So it's like, we know, we know that something may be janky or something may look ugly. But like when the final product comes and you guys see the final piece, like you see, like, oh, this looks pretty good. When in actuality, it's like, no, like this is ugly. Like, why did we do this? It's like I just hate the process. I don't hate the process. I love the process. I love animating. I just I just can't stand the it's hard to put into words. Anyway, this is actually fun for me. I am actually enjoying this. Even though it may sound like I'm not enjoying it, I actually am enjoying this. And I actually am taking my time to work on this. I think I'm done with this. Now I just gotta do the other in between. This looks horrible. Okay. Okay, that's one more scene done. Okay. Let me see how long I've been recording real quick. That's already been 1 hour, so yeah, that's actually pretty good. I'm making some nice time for how much I've been doing. Nah, not really. Shouldn't be so hard on myself. Anyway, so I've already done the one in betweening frame. I am gonna have to go back in and add a few more frames, and then I'm gonna need to color it. I'm probably gonna color it offline. I'm either not gonna record that or I'm not gonna stream that, because that's just like a quick thing. Um, anyway, yeah, I just finished an extra scene. I have to do one more, and then I'll have scene one and scene four complete. I did actually complete scene four off screen. Then I have scene two to do, and scene two is more so like a setting scene. It's like it's a scene used to set up the environment for the character, because this is scene one. Scene one is the intro scene where Ayo is walking on a rooftop and he is looking over the city below him. And then scene two is the actual city, and you see like moving cars and you see people walking, and then it's gonna cut back to scene three where Ayo is using his magic, and then scene four is gonna be the final scene. So yeah, this is a four scene trailer. Um, yeah. So let's get into it. Let me go to the body layer. Head, hand, body. Let's see. This and this. So it jumps from this to this. So let me select this and then onion skin it. Hmm. Something is wrong with this. Hold on, wait. Where's some this pressure? This too. Okay, something is certainly up with my pen tool right now. I don't know what exactly it is, but it's never this tame. Like, usually I have to be very careful with it. Okay, I finished the body. Now I just need to get the arm, then the head, and then I can do the um, face, eyes, and hair later. I've been working on this for a while now. And I'm gonna be honest, I love animating. This is my chosen field, but even for me, this work can get a bit tedious. And tedious isn't a bad thing. It's just, when it matters, when it counts, you need to bring yourself under control. And then other times, you need to make sure that, okay, if you really are burning out, instead of forcing yourself, then hey, let's just take a break and get back to this later. And I've already been at this for about an hour and a half, maybe two. Yeah, I'd say about an hour and a half. Yeah, so let me finish the arm, let me start on the head, and then I'll call the stream for today. Oh yeah, and make sure you watch out because one of my upcoming videos, it's actually gonna be a video that I did for well, not a video I did for college, but it's like for one of my courses, for one of my art classes, I had to make a PowerPoint on like contemporary issues in art, and I did one on like race and racism. So I already um, recorded myself. I already got all that taken care of. Now I just need to edit it, and then I'm gonna have it posted. And it is something that I spent like my hard work on. So it'd be nice if that video got some views when I got done with it. Anyway, let me get to this, and then I'll time it. Anyway, let me just finish this, and then I'll time the video. I'll get ready to pack up and go. Don't want to keep you guys here forever. And this is it. Okay. Put this right here, that right there. So let's do this about right here. This arm is going to be about right here. Dang it. Let's try this again. Make sure you're zooming out whenever you're working on an animation and you don't know. Make sure you zoom out once in a while, because that does help you. Sometimes it helps to get the fuller picture. Okay. Well, I think I've reached a nice stopping point, at least for this. Um, yeah, I'm almost done with scene one. I just need to, finish up a few more things, and then I'll be on to scene two. Scene three would have to be my second shortest, next to scene four. It's just with scene three, because I'm doing many effects, I want to make sure I spend my time with that scene, which is probably why I should have done that scene first. Nonetheless, I did the shorter scenes first, and I'm, taking my time. I'm making sure that I pace myself because I do want to submit. I do want to give you guys a nice project, and I do want to teach you guys for the pilot because I do plan on crowdfunding and crowdsourcing for my pilot. This has been a project, this has been a show that I've wanted to work on and do for quite a while now. It's taken me some time, but I'm enjoying it and I'm really liking it. Anyway, this has been Owoh's Corner, my own little corner of art. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share even, and spread the word. Tell everybody that I'm working on a teaser trailer, that I'm working on a show, that I'm trying to get my stuff out there, that I'm trying to be seen, that I want to be the greatest 2D animator in the US. Hopefully, maybe, I'll work my way up there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys just enjoyed sitting with me because, I haven't really posted in a while. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I am still alive, that I am still serious about YouTube, and I'm still honing my craft. I'm actually going to start watching some more LinkedIn learning videos too, and doing practices and stuff like that. I'm working on another practice animation as well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. I already said that. I'm sorry. I'm just rambling at this point. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the scene. I hope you guys... Sorry. That's how you know I've been doing this for a long time. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And I guess I'll stream another time in the future. Anyway, if you guys enjoy, see you in my next one.